and Charlie Brown.
Welcome to Classic Gamers 74, Episode 17, the Peanuts video games. I am your host, Anthony Ventrilo. The Peanuts were created by Charles M. Schulz in 1950 and followed the adventures of a young group of kids. Among the characters were Charlie Brown, Lucy Van Pelt, and her brother, Linus, and of course Snoopy, just to name a few. Schulz created many of the characters from the cartoon based on several of his real-life friends and colleagues. One of the things that I found most appealing about the Peanuts gang, and one of the reasons it's my all-time favorite comic strip and cartoon series, is because of the realism. I can personally tell you that I have had several friends in my life just like the characters in the comic strip. Heck, I even had my own little red-haired girl, but, that's a story for another day, and, Speaking of which, there's you and Lillian's wedding picture. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you guys were sure in love. And then 5 minutes later, this picture was taken. Come on, let's move on. Oh, alright, let's move on. The Peanuts became so popular over the years that they were put on just about every product imaginable and just about every type of toy that you could think of. They became so popular, in fact, that they had holiday specials for just about every holiday. The most well-known of these are It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and A Charlie Brown Christmas, a Saturday morning cartoon on CBS called The Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show, and even a movie. So with all these things, it made perfect sense. Why not make a video game? As we saw in the previous two episodes, Atari had really big plans to create several games geared towards young children. However, many of these games were scrapped and not completed or were permanently shelved. However, the Peanuts game, at least one of them, would eventually be released and would develop quite a following with young and old fans. Snoopy and the Red Baron was released in 1983 and was programmed by Richard Dobus. Alright, the dastardly Red Baron has stolen important food supplies from the Allies during the war. Hamburgers, ice cream cones, popcorn, and other tasty treats have been taken by this evil aviator and sharpshooter. Your task is to help Snoopy shoot down the Red Baron and recover the stolen items. Okay, so you have 4 dog houses, or 4 lives in order to do it, and it takes about 8 hits to take down the Red Baron, and 8 hits for him to take you down. Also, you gain a lot of extra points by catching the foodstuffs. And don't forget that the Red Baron can sometimes fly up into the clouds where Snoopy can't go. This game is a lot of fun for gamers of all ages, and I know if I'd played this as a kid, I would have probably been playing it for hours and hours until my parents made me stop, because I do it nowadays, so... Alright, the next game is Good Luck Charlie Brown. This game was supposed to be released in 1983, but never was. Alright, you can see from this catalog in 1983 that the game was supposed to actually be released in the summer of that year, and there it is. But unfortunately, yep, there it is. Unfortunately, the game itself was not released. So why wasn't the game released? Well, if you look at this cartridge that was found in Kenosha, Wisconsin in 1996 at a flea market, the date that was on it was April 8th, 1984. Now, unfortunately, by 1984, Atari had decided to stop their children's series, so the game itself was actually canceled probably before it was actually finished. It took many years before the game was actually dumped, and most people had assumed that it had been lost for 30 years. Unfortunately, the game is not complete, but what is complete is pretty cool. So let's take a look at the long-lost ROM for Good Luck Charlie Brown. Okay, now what you're trying to do here is get the kite up in the air. Don't let it get eaten by the kite-eating tree or the balloons or the birds, and there you have it. And there's the kite. You finally got it up in the air. Congratulations. And unfortunately, that's it. What do you mean that's it? That's it. There's no sound, nothing else. Once you get the kite up in the air, you just pretty much fly it for a while until you get bored of it. Wow. Who knew what could have came next? Yep, but like I said, I mean, it was kind of cool for what it is, and besides, most people thought that it had been lost for over 30 years, so kind of cool actually. And in 1990, there was a computer game that was called Snoopy and Peanuts by a company called The Edge. The game is also known by the titles Snoopy, the Cool Computer Game, and Snoopy, the Case of the Missing Blanket. The game was released for MS-DOS, Amiga, Amstrad CPC, and Atari ST computers.
Alright, in this game, Linus has lost his blanket, and you play the role of Snoopy, doing a variety of different tricks, helping people out, and doing fun things in order to help Linus get his blanket back.
Yeah, it kind of follows the format of the King's Quest games by Sierra, in which helping people and doing good things will help you out in the long run. And in this case, of course, being mischievous and being Snoopy doesn't hurt things either. It takes a while to get things and figure out how things work, but once you get going, it's a lot of fun. Especially for those of you that enjoyed the Quest games from the 90s. It's very similar to those like I said, the Sierra games like King's Quest, Police Quest, and stuff like that. So definitely a game that old school computer gamers will enjoy.
And after all that time and all that hard work, you finally are able to get Linus back his blanket. The end.
Charles M. Schulz passed away in 2000, but the legacy that he left behind with the Peanuts will live on forever through the comics, cartoons, movies, and more importantly, in the hearts of his many fans worldwide. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to share it with family and friends. And again, thank you for stopping by and spending a moment of your time with us. It really means a lot. If you have a favorite video game that you'd like to see us review on this channel, please don't hesitate to let us know in the comment section below. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. I'm Anthony Ventrilo.
And I'm Larry the Lion,
saying thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, have a blessed day. Goodbye.